Workplace bullying can be a huge problem and often unnoticed because it hides under many disguises. I've been a victim of it myself. I dealt with somebody who was very passive aggressive, and they used to use tactics on me that actually reflected that passive aggressive approach. They would just kind of be snipey behind my back, pleasant to my face, and then would call up my boss and complain about me. And then they would have meetings with me and get all heated and bothered, and I'd be all cool, calm, and collected. It kind of reminded me of that Seinfeld episode where Jerry's being interrogated by Newman, and Newman is under the spotlight sweating. That's really how I felt. And eventually that bully got dealt with when they treated somebody else the same way they treated me. So very often with workplace bullying, they will be passive and aggressive, again, very calm and collected, but then just kind of snipe at you for no reason whatsoever. A lot of times they'll play the victim and complain about all the ways that they've been mistreated and kind of project all the things that they're doing onto other people. You got to watch out for that. So those serial complainers, it's fine to complain, but it's another thing to deal with people and to be one of those kind of people who can be approachable and can handle conflict in a responsible way. The quiet but deadly, the person who just doesn't say anything at work, but just does all these things behind the scenes to be rude to people and to be inappropriate with people. It's a challenge, and I can't say it hasn't just happened to me once. It's happened to me a couple times, and it's a horrible feeling to feel like no one's listening to your side of the story, and it's gender neutral. Now, I was bullied by a female boss. I've heard other people, same sex, different sex. It doesn't really matter. Gender is not part of this equation. It's just people who don't know how to express their emotions properly, don't play fair, and think that everything is happening to them. And that doesn't say to dismiss people's feedback. It's all about making sure that you give feedback appropriately, and if you're giving inappropriate feedback as the leader, to make sure that person is held accountable. And watch out for the quiet ones. Still waters run deep. You want to be sure that, just kind of do those checkpoints with people, because people can be turned around. But there's great books out there. One's called The No A-Hole Rule, and it's a great book just to kind of spot those people before they become one, or to determine if you're one. And but these are things that got to be dealt with. Sometimes the best way to deal with somebody, as I did, is I left the job where I was bullied. It just got to that point where I didn't feel appropriate anymore being there because they had created such a difficult environment to be in that it was just time to move on, and it was the best decision I made. And like I said, that person was finally dealt with when they tried to pull that crap again. So to make your workplace more inclusive, to communicate well, check out some of our workshops at brathenterprises.com, and hopefully you can avoid the kind of situations I've had to deal with and prevent workplace bullying from happening to you.